Why is collaboration so important in your field, and how does that translate to better outcomes for your learners?
Say something, and some other BCBAs may look at me like I'm crazy, but I feel like as a BCBA, if you're not collaborating with people, then what are you doing? Like honestly, because ABA is not the end all be all. If you have a BCBA and you're in ABA, or more specifically for my autistic learners, you may still need other supports. You may need speech. You may need occupational therapy for sensory integration. You may need physical therapy. You may need floor therapy or play therapy or music therapy. And a lot of times we forget about, I don't work more so like with mental health. I'm behavioral health. So if there is like some trauma there that needs to be addressed, I will refer you out to a psychiatrist or a psychologist. Or in the school system, maybe you need to talk to the school psychologist, because they can put certain supports in as far as testing and things like that. So I don't, that's not my scope of practice, and I don't practice stepping on anyone's toes. So collaboration is absolutely important, because I may have someone that I'm working with, a learner, and I realize, you aren't articulating that well. And while I can work on communication in a sense to get you, or not get you, to motivate your behavior, maybe I need to teach you how to say bathroom as opposed to just having an accent on yourself. But it's not my responsibility to teach you how to say it, articulate it well. I don't know that. I don't understand that. I don't know the beginnings of language and how that works. So I need to refer you out to a speech therapist. A lot of times with sensory, a lot of sensory integration, sometimes children have certain sensory needs that leads to certain behavior. I can recognize that. And as the BCBA, I can say, okay, part of my plan is to get you with an occupational therapist, so they can work on that piece. So we can also work on the behavior piece as well. So if you don't have that collaboration, what are you doing? And I agree with what you said earlier about, collaboration doesn't just mean that they do all the work,
Right.
but also collaboration doesn't just mean that you bring people on board so they can see you do the work. So your ego can be stroked, right? So, oh, look at me, I fixed it, I did all this, I just want you to see this. No, that's not the case. Collaboration is, what's your piece of the pie and what's my piece of the pie, and how do we make this big whole pie complete? That's how I see collaboration.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. Like, we're bringing together these pieces because, to your point, it's not about me as the individual. It's not about you as the individual. One, we are doing something to help our learners, or our client or our customer, whoever is the end, recipient. It's about them and getting them the behavior change or organizational change or whatever type of change that they're, aiming to see, helping them meet their goals and their objectives. So yeah, it can't be, well, I just want y'all to see how well I'm doing in this phase, and like, look how well I was able to teach them, right? So like, we don't want that. We want to be able to, what I feel like you're describing is like this ecosystem of care, right? So it is, all of these different parts of the puzzle that have to come together so that we are helping this individual in whatever capacity we're supposed to be supporting them.
Yeah. And understanding there's different variables that lead to behaviors, right? So I need to know what happens at home, what happens at school, what happens at church, what happens when you're with your OT therapist, what are they working on, what language are they using, so they can let me know the bigger picture. So that's why when I said stop, that's a trigger for you, because that was a word that you said that mom or dad or someone said in the past. But even in organizations, I need to collaborate with team leaders. I need to collaborate with the stakeholders, collaborate with the staff themselves, so I can see, oh, that's why morale is high or low, because they don't like you sending them emails at 9 p.m. Stop that, So, it's collaboration is going to give you the bigger picture. If you don't collaborate, you only have your small little picture, and you got that tunnel vision, and you're missing all these other glaring variables. It's like, hey, consider me too.
Yes, that collaboration is context. Exactly. No, I love that. And I think what you're describing, when you have to work in that space, whatever the space is, it can be difficult, and like trying to get folks on the same page. Not necessarily, what did I say? Collaboration is not consensus. We don't have to unanimously agree, but we do need to be on the same page. What is our plan for care, right? What are we ultimately trying to achieve?